Welcome to Pioneers in Payments, where payments experts share their insights. Now, here's our host, Donna Blum.
Welcome, everyone. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Tommy Marshall from the Georgia Fintech Academy. Welcome, Tommy.
Hey, Donna. Thanks for having me on today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us. Well, Tommy, to get us started, would you mind sharing a little bit about yourself, your background in the payments industry, and the work that you do there at the Georgia Fintech Academy with our audience?
Yes, I am a 25-year industry veteran in payments. Most of that time, all until this recent project I've been working on, the Georgia Fintech Academy, was spent in management consulting in the payments industry. I built a meaningfully sized payments practice for a consulting firm called Capco. Went to Accenture, ran fintech for Accenture for several years. And so like long period kind of serving mainly large bank clients and large payment clients here in the United States through my career. The Georgia Fintech Academy is, we're 3 years old, and we're an initiative of the university system of Georgia, which is our public university system in the state of Georgia. Huge public university system. We've got great institutions that many of our viewers would have some familiarity with: the University of Georgia, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Kennesaw State. That's just a few to mention that we're very proud of in our university system. All in all, we have 26 institutions in our system and about 350,000 students
Wow.
that will be showing up in a few weeks for the
Wow.
fall as the fall semester gets started. So the system's huge. Georgia, as you may or not be aware, has really been an important state in our payments industry for quite some time, going back, well back, I think over 30 years ago, when the Federal Reserve, the Atlanta Federal Reserve, which is they covered the Southeast District, played a very meaningful role in establishing the automated clearinghouse system in the United States and helping to kind of expand that over many years and improve it as a part of their mandate from the Federal Reserve. So as a result of that kind of leadership really taken on by the Federal Reserve over many decades, you've had many payments related companies that have found it to make good sense to be kind of headquartered here, growing here. Notably some firms like Global Payments, Equifax, to name a few, that are headquartered here in Atlanta and have a really deep engagement with the payments industry. So that's a bit about and I should also say too, the core of the FinTech Academy is helping create a more diverse workforce for the fintech industry, certainly in the state of Georgia, but we see ourselves as really serving the entire industry in the United States. And so as a result of that, we provide education. We have 9 different fintech courses. In fact, 4 of those courses are just very payment specific. We do career fairs every single month. Anybody listening to this is welcome to register and be participating in our career fairs. We typically have around 400 students every month that are getting in front of employers, looking to connect and understand what the opportunities are, get involved with internships, full-time jobs. And then we're very active student event series. We do at least one student event every single week during the school year. We'll kick off this year's student event series hosting President Raphael Bostic of the Atlanta Federal Reserve in a special event that we'll host with him and our students on August 31st at 6:30 for anyone who'd like to come. So between these events, these career fairs, the educational courses we do, we're really helping students understand what fintech is, what payments is, what the industry is all about, getting them connected with people in the industry, and that is what we're all about with the Georgia Fintech Academy.
That's great. Well, there's lots of opportunities there for people in the industry, and actually, this podcast is really designed to help those individuals as well, just to kind of help payments professionals to navigate the changing payments landscape and
Mhm.
just to provide some guidance. So I'm really glad that we have you here to share some insights. Um, Tommy, the first question I have for you really has to do with trends in the industry. And I know it can be a challenge to choose just one, but what would
Mhm.
you say the most notable trend is in the payments industry today?
The for me, I believe the most notable trend is what's called embedded finance, or I refer to it that way, and hear others refer to it this way frequently. So it's this idea of taking a piece of finance, in this case, the payment, and getting that inserted into either a business-to-business application, a consumer application, um, in a way that makes the payment easier, makes the experience easier for the end user. That's me and you in our consumer lives or businesses, in how they're interacting every day, and whether it's paying bills of any shape or sort, to run their business. So that area, embedded finance, to me is just a really exciting trend, one that's I think been maturing in some very meaningful ways in the last 3 or 4 years. Really, yeah, really during COVID, just as like this digital transformation just continued to accelerate so
Right.
aggressively throughout the last 2 years. This role of embedded finance has just really kind of gone along with that and kind of matured in a meaningful way as a result as well.
That's great. So, let me ask you this. Payment professionals obviously have a lot of opportunities that they're being presented with today, and it can be difficult to prioritize or to choose the path forward. So, what would you say is the greatest opportunity for payments people who are in the payments profession?
Let me ask you a question about that. So opportunities in terms of expanding their individual careers or the
No, let's take it.
company's mission that they work with?
Yeah, actually, we could take it from either direction. Obviously, your organization has an emphasis on career development, and that's certainly, in fact, why don't we just go that way? Because many
Yeah,
of the people that I speak with, they're talking more about opportunities in terms of their organizations. But I think we should just leverage this opportunity. We're talking to
yeah,
you. I
sure.
think you have a lot of, uh, you know, uh, things that you can share with our audience about what can they do, what kinds of
Mhm.
opportunities can they leverage for their career.
Yeah, let's stick in the talent kind of dimension.
Yeah.
Fits well with the FinTech Academy's mission. Um, it's so exciting to me, the range of resources that are available to payment professionals today, whether it's organizations that help payment professionals get together in all different types of contexts to network and better understand what's happening in the industry, whether it's content that's available for just increasing our own understanding of certain areas like embedded finance and payment APIs and cloud services. All these really great new and emerging innovations that are becoming so much the foundational building blocks of everything we do from a payment standpoint. So it's just really the opportunities in many ways, I think, in terms of career development, just right in front of us. And it's a matter of really engaging with these resources and then just essentially dedicating some small amounts of time, maybe in our evenings, to work on expanding these understanding and then improving our kind of networking and professional relationships throughout the industry. Um, I know resources I use often every day are like I think Glenbrook Partners, the kind of great boutique payments firm out of California. They create a kind of nightly email that I refer to every morning when I get up, which is like, okay, what really happened across payments yesterday? And I think they typically grab the big kind of events, whether it's from an acquiring standpoint or an issuing standpoint or a accounts payable, accounts receivable standpoint. I mean, and they seem to hit the whole globe. So I lean in on that resource. I know in my daily life, certainly. And then there's these organizations like WNet is one that we're beginning to partner with more and more with the Fintech Academy, which is very focused on women in payments. And I've had an opportunity to attend a few of their events and hit some of their webinars, and it's really just the type of conversations they have and the focus they have I've found to be very inspiring and useful. But that's just a few examples of what I know are many just wonderful resources out there to help with this career advancement opportunity.
Great. Yeah, we'll definitely have to provide some URLs for people to go out and take a look at those organizations and gain access to some resources that they provide. So let's just stay with this same kind of train of thought. We're talking to individuals who are payments professionals, and we're talking about their career. What would you say is their biggest challenge today as a payments professional?
Yeah. It's in some ways it's the inverse of what we were just talking about. There's so many new, really exciting developments on how payments are enabled in our industry, and it's a lot. And
Yeah.
it's a challenge in a keeping up with the kind of vast expanse of those developments, and then B, figuring out which ones are kind of the most highly relevant to whatever kind of area of payments that we as individuals are involved in, and then getting that understanding and expertise that most of us as payment professionals are called upon in our everyday jobs, or from our leadership teams, or if we are leaders, try to have a better understanding of what our teams are bringing to us. So I think that is the challenges in the fact that we, for I think great reasons, exist inside of an industry that really moves very quickly and just ever continues to innovate and transform quickly as well.
hmm Yeah, just trying to stay on top of everything can be a challenge for sure.
Mhm.
Um, so Tommy, my last question really has to do with like the silver bullet piece of advice for payments professionals. If you had to give them one takeaway from our conversation today, one thing that you would suggest to them that they do, what would that be?
Um, I guess it's always hard to choose one.
I know.
Um, I'm gonna use that question to promote a feature we've added to the Georgia Fintech Academy website. It's georgiafintechacademy.org is our website. And if you go there, we've put on a jobs board that's automated. And I've chosen, I outsource this to a special kind of sales or a cloud-based tool that we then point at about 10 or 15 kind of large payment companies across the US. And the tool's going into their jobs board and then sucking out all the open roles. And so you can come into this site, georgiafintechacademy.org, and it pulls right now, I think I was looking at yesterday, there's around 7,000 different payments related opportunities that
Wow.
are in the board. And then you can search on them, and these are national in scope. It isn't just pulling for Georgia, but you can search, you can filter down, okay, just give me Georgia, just give me Florida, just give me California, or you can filter on certain job types and specific companies as well, that type of thing. So there's a lot of kind of filtering that goes on. But so there's, I think, a lot of value to everyone in listening to this in terms of taking advantage of that tool. And I think it's to maybe it just at a core level, just kind of understanding what opportunities are out there, what are various either partner companies or competitor companies, like where are they hiring, like what's their focus area. So even if you're not, in the job market at all, it's a way to get a sense of trends, I think, because of course biggest investment most any company's making is in the people they're hiring. And
Right.
so you can get a sense of what the focus is in terms of various companies, what areas of the market they're focused on, what technology they're focusing on, things of that nature. So that I'm gonna count as my silver bullet suggestion.
Okay. I like it. I think it's a great suggestion. So, before I let you go, Tommy, I'd really like to make sure that our audience knows how to learn more about the Georgia FinTech Academy. So, how would you already shared the website, but how else can they learn more about the FinTech Academy?
Yeah, the website is absolutely the number one best stop. And from our website, you can link into all different sorts of resources we offer. We run a weekly subscription email that goes out from our team. We also run a podcast series, audio only podcast series, that we're in our third season.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of interest folks might have from that. So we have had a lot of payments executives on the podcast with us. So Jamie Walker, CEO of Elevon, Obi Rawls, kind of a legend in the business, used to run PaySafe. Just as a couple of examples, but we've done, oh my goodness, we've probably done over 70 episodes now.
Wow.
And you can, the website will take you off, but you can listen to the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're on Spotify and Amazon and all that kind of stuff. But to see kind of the full inventory, there's a link off our website and you can see all the links. And then lastly, it's just, of course, social media. We're very active, mainly on LinkedIn. We're primarily focused on LinkedIn for our social media, but Georgia FinTech Academy on LinkedIn, and you can really stay up to speed with what we're doing every single week, if that's of interest.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Tommy. I really appreciate your time today. I know our audience appreciates what you've shared too. Just want to also thank everybody for watching today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bye now.